Hi, welcome to Mixed Media 101 Beginners. Oh, delicious. So, the first video I'm going to do today is about our supplies that we need. And talk about, I'm going to put them in a PDF for you, but I also want to talk about and give you some ideas of this can be a very inexpensive project for you to learn mixed media because I'm going to just show you this few steps that I take to get a mixed media canvas. Now you can only do one layer, you can do 2 layers, you can do 12 layers. It's all up to you. I'm going to start we're going to do a very simple canvas. But it's going to be a mixed media canvas, so bear with me here. Excuse my attire because when I get into mixed media, I get into mixed media. But I want to show you a few things and talk about a few things, and few ways that you can look at things a little bit differently on how to use them in the mixed media and that we usually throw away. And I'm going to start talking about products we're going to use. So first, you can use everything from a piece of printer paper, a piece of mixed media, from a mixed media book or sketchbook or whatever you have. You can use a piece of cardboard. I'm the cardboard collector queen. I think if there's a title, I would have the crown on this head of mine because I save everything cardboard. Matter of fact, my husband will come in here, and if I ask him to help me straighten up, he's like, do we need all this cardboard? And I'm like, oh yes we do. Cereal boxes, I break them down, everything, because sometimes you want to play and practice and you don't want to go out and spend the money for, I mean, honestly, if you think about a cereal box and you cut it and you get the square, and I'd have to go over there to grab one, but you get a nice size square. Start your mixed media on that to practice, because you will see such, you will learn so much, and it's free and it's play and it's what we're here, but it's what I'm here and what I'm about. So I'm going to be working, however, on 11 by 14 canvas board. You can get these with a coupon at your arts and crafts store. You get 3 in a package. They come in various sizes. I grabbed this one. I'm going to see how it looks on the camera when I go down to film. However, I think the big board's going to make a difference for you to be able to see. You can use whatever size you want. I have, and excuse me one second, I have this, which is a 5 by 7, and I had done a technique on it that I liked. So if you want to get a 5 by 7 just to practice, we are going to do a basic heart at the end, and I'm going to show you some really cool things. However, whatever you use, it can be a piece of printer paper. My canvas will be larger, so you can have, I like to do things larger so you guys can see, and then you can adapt it to your own. If you want to do the size, like I said, it's 11 by 14. This is 5 by 7. You're going to be able to do everything I do on whatever you choose, whatever substrate you choose to use. Some people use wood, paper, watercolor paper, canvas, regular canvas, canvases. This is canvas board. I can go on and on. Okay, step 2, markers, permanent markers. If you don't have a permanent marker like a Sharpie or I think Bic makes them permanent, you can use a watercolor marker. I mean, it really doesn't matter. This is going to, I make intention art, so which I'll show you when we get into phase. That's going to be where we're going to start at the end of this video for our first part. By the time we're done doing all these videos, you will then have a complete painting, a complete mixed media painting. So it's going to be fun to do this with you and fun to see where you guys go with yours, because it's all going to be what you want it to be. I'm giving you things that you can use, options you can use, and as I do it, I will say, or you could use this, or you could use that. I'm going a very inexpensive route, nothing that's going to cost you much at all, and we'll get into all that as we go on. Some things, let me just show you some things. A tape roll, it's cardboard, okay, that I was done using my masking tape on. I use this. I use foam, kids foam that you get at the dollar store, $3 for $1 at the art or craft store. And I'm going to show you how to do that. Very simplistic. You're going to laugh when you see what I use. This is what my fruit comes in. You know how you get your oranges and whatnot in the mesh? I have so much of this. Sticks. Let's see. Just any kind of stick you get. When the kids eat a freeze pop, or you could buy, you know, popsicle sticks and all that kind of thing, I save them. I know. This is a piece of cardboard where I put just string around it to make an imprint. You can also do rubber bands around this, and I will pull out my other one when we start this section to add different textures. And all it is a piece of cardboard that I cut, and I wrapped hemp around it. I put some tape on the back, and this makes really great impressions. And again, I'll show you the rubber band one when we go there. This is a lid. We all have a lid to something, and these make great circles. Punchinella. You can buy this very inexpensively, or I have made my own with just a hole punch where I take, and it could be a piece of paper. It really doesn't matter if you're using it just for this project. If you want it to be a little sturdier, what I would do is I would take a square of paper, probably like this big, and I would cover it with clear tape, probably shipping tape, or any kind of tape, masking tape, whatever you have. And then I would punch the holes in, because then it gives it a little bit more of a resist to the paint or whatever you're using with it. And easy way to make your own. I've made it with different punches that I have. So I have different punchinella and different, you know, kind of things like that. There is netting. You can use canvas, not canvas, plastic, you know, the plastic that you do the cross stitching and whatnot on. You can use that. You can use, you know, look at everything around your house, because you will find things that, you know, you'll be like, wow, I can use that. And nothing is off balance. When we get to that point, I'm going to show you my basket of things. My basket of the things. But those are a few things just to get your mindset. Also, these are great. These are the makeup sponges you can get for, I don't know, a buck at the dollar, you know, like, I don't even know how many you get in a package, 20, I don't know. And these come in circles, these come in, you know, the triangle wedges, can be used so many different ways. And I'm going to, when we get to that part, I'll show you. Stamps. If you have stamps of your own, you know, they work. I'm just going to show you a few stamps here. If you don't, then I'm going to show you how to make some imprints on your fun foam, which I showed you earlier, and we'll get to that at that point. Sprays, little watered down paint or ink sprays or glimmer sprays. I'm going to tell you how to make your own, and I'm going to give you some very inexpensive ways to make them. For instance, one of my favorite things to buy is the tulip fabric paint. And they come usually 3-4 in a pack of different colors. And I've bought the glitter ones and the color ones, and I use these too. So, you know, you can get a lot of bang for your buck that way. But there's so many things. Water bottles, go to the dollar store, buy these little cheap water bottles, or you can buy them at the arts or crafts store, or you can have, I save all kinds of bottles that I have, you know, here, and I use with water, or to mix paints up to spray. So we'll get there in a minute. Glitter, you can get glitter, dollar store, anywhere. It could be glitter, it could be paint, the glue glitter. It could just be, you know, regular glitter, whatever you can get. Colors that you want to do. I like these little craft paints. There's folk art. There's, oh gosh, ceramic coat. There's store brands. Store brands are great. They have them on sale all the time. You can get them like 49 cents. Buy the rainbow. Roy G. Biv, red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and a black and white. And you can mix those together to get every beautiful color. You have the basics. You don't have to go, and a brown. I'm sorry, and a brown also. And I'll put that in the PDF. But you don't have to go and buy 3 million different colors. There's a lot of things. And we're just doing basics right now. We're not going on to things where I would tell you, oh, go buy this. You know, if you really dig this, and I'm going to do a more advanced class coming up, But this is just basics. For you to go take $10 and go buy the stuff to do this, even if $10, I mean, I'm talking, if you can get most of the stuff like I did around my house, $5 and on a piece of paper and play. And it's fun if you have kids. It's so fun to sit down with your kids and do this because it's very inexpensive for one. It's not that, I mean, it's messy. So you put I go to the dollar store and buy like those plastic tablecloths, and we'll set them down when I used to do with my kids. My kids are older now, but I would put them on the table. And I would just let them go to town. I never would fuss with them. They did their own things. They put their fingers in. I mean, you can do a million things, but it's fun for them to have that creative outlet because, you know, in schools nowadays, academics is pushed very, very hard, and I'm all for that. But I think some kids aren't always, you know, that interested into that thing. And being an artist myself and having a creator of so many things, I call us creatives, because we've all been doing this. You know, normally you just don't dig one thing. You like so many different things. And again, as my next class will come, we are going to add so many different bells and whistles onto our next mixed media piece. I talk with my hands a lot. Our next mixed media piece. So, okay. So I'm going to quit, and I'm going to go from here. Stencils that you have. Any kind. This is a stencil. You can definitely make your own stencils. You can, I mean, even the Punchinella is a stencil in itself. So do you need it? No, but we can use other things, and I will show you how we would use other things with just by using a piece of printer paper to cut out a heart and make different things. So you don't have to go and spend a lot of money. So I like double-sided tape. I'm not going to tell you have to have it. It's something, you know, if you have on hand, we can use down the road. If not, it's nothing that you definitely need. Some people like to gesso their things. There's very expensive gesso out there. If you don't have gesso, use your white. Just use a matte white, whatever white you get, and put it down on your substrate or whatever, your paper, your canvas board, watercolor paper, whatever, if you want to. I'm not going to, but that's an option if you choose to. I'm trying to think. Glue sticks. If I didn't have glue sticks, my life would not be the same. I love glue sticks. Let's see. Scissors. You need, oh, this is fun. Excuse my big face in there. A fork. Plastic fork. Or a plastic knife. Texture, hello. Beautiful, lovely. If you don't have a plastic fork, this is so embarrassing. Not that I color my hair or anything, but I have things that come in the kits and whatnot, and I use these for everything. So that's one thing. And, you know, a couple paintbrushes. You can really go to the dollar store and buy a selection. They come in a kit where you can buy like maybe 4 or 5 paintbrushes in a thing at the dollar store and use those. And if you don't want to go buy paintbrushes and you'd rather go to the dollar store and just buy a package of these, you can use these. Nothing is, I mean, your imagination is the only thing that's going to limit you. I think that's about it. I will do up a PDF of all the basics we're going to use. As I go on doing the class, as you watch the class, you might see me now and then add, like, oh, you can do this or you can do that. It's not going to be anything that you have to go out and buy extra for or do anything for. It's going to be, something else you can do. Also, egg drop soup. Anyone? I save containers. I'm a container hoarder as well as a cardboard hoarder, as well as I can go on forever. I love glues too, but that's a whole other situation. That's a whole other thing. But I save everything, to use. If you don't have a palette, like I have a palette here. Let me see here. I have a palette. They're very inexpensive at the arts and crafts stores. Always use coupons. Always use the coupons, 40%, 50%, whatever they have. You can use a paper plate, foam plate. You can use your work surface. You can use a piece of paper. You can use whatever you have. I always have like this big, you'll see me use this a million times in everything I do, because this is like my use all. I have one more back there too. This is my use all paintbrush. Poor thing is so abused, and I really should clean it. But, you know, and a pencil, and you know, that's generally all we need. I just want to make sure we don't have anything else. Oh, you know what else? We'll do a little technique. Save tissue paper. But if you have white tissue paper, grab that, because that's an extra thing that I will show you, something really cool to do to add on to your mixed media piece. If you don't have tissue paper, it's not the end of the world. It's not a big deal. But I know it's people get gifts and whatnot, like, and there's the tissue paper in it, and I also take that. And you can get those at the dollar store too. You can get them in a variety of colors. I'm just going to use white this time, like straight, you know, on white. But save tissue paper. Shh. Ribbon. Shh. Love it. So let's get started with the first thing I want to do. Oh, I know what the other thing I want to tell. I get so excited. It's really a shame. Dollar store. Do you see and get the vibe that I love the dollar store? They have books at the dollar store. I ripped this out, obviously not straight, but it doesn't matter. Become wrathful. I don't know about that. But anyway, I go to the dollar store and pick up books, hardback books, so I can rip papers out of. And they turn a nice shade of yellow for some reason there. I don't know if it's they're old or whatever, but any kind of text from books, like I said, dollar store has them, or if you have old books that you don't use anymore, those are great. And scrapbook paper. Now here's where we go. This is my, like, I have a basket full of papers that I keep all my extras in. So I have like little teeny little pieces, and this is what we're going to use. And if you have some, great. If not, go to the arts and crafts store or to your dollar store. Some dollar stores have great papers. Pick up 3 or 4 papers. The arts and crafts stores are having big clearance sales now on papers. They can be as pretty or ugly as they are, because we're going to do something over them. But these are just ones I have sitting there. Some are big, some are small. You know, I'm not going to go through all of them right now. But these are just scraps that I have that we're going to do on our, it'll be the next video, but we're going to start on right here, the first of our video. First part of our project is, and if you just bear with me for a minute, because now I have all my stuff everywhere and you're going to end up seeing it, but it's okay. Because I'm not a neat person. I'm somebody who, I love to get into everything I do. So let me take it down here. And something else, stickers are great. So if you get stickers from your dollar store or art store, or you have stickers, or somebody sends you an envelope and you have stickers on it, I'm going to actually move my camera up when I really start filming. And so you can really get the whole view of everything. But this is just going to be our basic. Let's get, there we go. The basic of what we're going to do. And what we're going to do today is start with our blank substrate. Whatever you're using is fine. Whatever you use is fine. Now we're going to grab a black permanent marker. Sharpie. Like I said, there's a million markers that are permanent. If you don't have permanent, use whatever marker you have. It doesn't matter. And this is where my intent comes in. I do this for all the commissions I do. I do this to all the paintings I do sell. I do it for paintings I make. If you don't have markers, use a pencil. It doesn't matter. But what I like to do is, and I'll start from the top and work down, but I'm going to show you in the middle here where, so you can see. Bear with me, because okay. There we go. And all I do is I write love, patience, peace, good health, you know, if it's for you, stuff that you want for yourself, positivity, wealth. And wealth doesn't mean to be rich or anything else. It just means, you know, wealth of love, wealth of life, wealth of, you know what I mean? Live, love, laughter, And you just keep going on and on and on, and you write things that you wish, positive things. If you're religious, perhaps, and you have favorites, you know, Bible verse or psalm or whatever, you can sit and write that. Do you know what I mean? I love nature, you know? So this is what we're going to do first today in this video. Okay? So this is going to be your first class where we discussed things that you'll need. Look around your house and find odd things that you can make texture with. And it doesn't even have to make a beautiful texture, but, you know, you want it to make some sort of texture. So, and then write on your substrate, and this is going to be our first layer. Okay, so think about something that matters to you, words that mean something to you, quotes. There's so many quotes, and I mean, you can do all kinds of things and just write it. You can write your whole paper, you know, a message to whomever, or a message to yourself, or, you know, whatever. It can be from top to bottom. It can just be random words. It can be whatever you want. So this is step 1, and I will see you in video 2 for step 2. Step 2 with our next thing, which will be our papers. So see you then.